In North America, a group of Native Americans challenged the scientific community with claims that defied the professional consensus. Researchers initially dismissed them, but soon they uncovered evidence that rewrote history. The Aitshiki people, indigenous to British Columbia's Bear Rainforest, had claimed ownership of remote Trickett Island for nearly 5,000 years. Archaeologists had denied their claim, citing the last ice age's continental glacier covering the island. Undeterred, a group of researchers embarked on an excavation that would change everything. Beneath layers of earth, they discovered remnants of an ancient wood-burning hearth. Researchers were baffled since it was considered impossible for humans to reach the soil below the glacial ice. Further excavations revealed tools and weapons inconsistent with Aitshiki traditions, indicating large sea mammal hunting. Shards of obsidian, only found in volcanic areas, raised more questions. Researchers concluded that these artifacts hinted at a prehistoric land bridge migration from Siberia to Alaska. Carbon dating of ancient charcoal remains confirmed that these findings dated back an astonishing 14,000 years, older than the Great Pyramid of Giza and the wheel's invention. The 14,000-year-old discovery indicated that the Aitshiki people settled Trickett Island 2,000 years before the end of the Ice Age, dispelling the glacier coverage theory. The Aitshiki people likely crossed paths with mammoths and giant sloths as they migrated south. The constant sea level at Trickett Island protected them. Remarkably, the Aitshiki people preserved their history orally for nearly 14,000 years. However, they still struggled for recognition. The media's focus on the scientific implications overshadowed their rich history, leading University of Victoria student Alicia Gu to advocate for the Aitshiki people's story. The Aitshiki claim to Trickett Island is one of the world's oldest land ownership claims. While the disagreement continues, it's not Canada's strangest land dispute. One involved a single man challenging the U.S. and Canada for ownership of Machias Seal Island. Located between the U.S. Gulf of Maine and Canada's Bay of Fundy, Machias Seal Island sparked a heated controversy between the U.S. and Canada. Despite being allies, both nations claimed the island, and they even built structures to assert ownership. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 granted the U.S. islands within 20 leagues of its shores, excluding those claimed by Nova Scotia. However, Canada possessed a land grant from 1621 asserting ownership of islands within 6 leagues of Nova Scotia's coast. Machias Seal Island fell within that range, situated just 3 leagues from Grand Manan coast. Before Canada and the U.S., the Passamaquoddy Nation inhabited the island, calling it Machias, meaning Bad Little Falls. Talks between the U.S. and Canada in 1817, 1832, and 1944 failed to resolve the dispute, with both nations adamant about their claims. Canada even built a lighthouse and a bird sanctuary on the island. Despite being the subject of dispute, the island had an unusual claimant, Barna Norton, a local fisherman from Jonesport, Maine. His connection to the island began in 1940 when he sailed there, initiating birdwatching tours that he continued for 60 years. The island's significance grew, and both the U.S. and Canada claimed it. The U.S.'s historical evidence dated back to the 1700s, while Canada relied on its 1621 land grant. The island's history was complicated by the fact that the Passamaquoddy Nation had lived there before both nations existed. Barna's family history added another layer to the island's story. His ancestor, Tall Barney, a Quaker lobsterman, defended the island against Canadian invaders. Tall Barney declared that the island's first male heir would have land rights, which eventually passed to Barna. Barna's claims led to conflicts with the Canadian government. In 1984, a Canadian helicopter landed during one of Barna's tours, sparking tensions. Despite Barna's death, his family continued the tours until eventually stopping. However, they remained committed to their claim, and Barna's gravestone now bears the title Defender of Machias Seal Island, USA. The dispute between the U.S. and Canada remains unresolved, despite attempts by officials to settle the matter. Kelly Craft, a former U.S. ambassador to Canada, couldn't find a solution, as both nations remained resolute in their claims. The story of Machias Seal Island highlights the complexities of territorial disputes and the tenacity of individuals like Barna Norton in asserting their claims. That's it for today. Please like and share our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.